Hi, everybody. This is Christine Elder with another ChristiEl connection moment for you. Today, I was thinking about that experience that we sometimes have, which makes us feel like, why is this happening to me? And I really don't like what's going on in my life. Or why isn't this just over? This isn't how it should be. All of that kind of stuff. So I thought I would just talk a little bit about that and what some of my understanding is about that. And hopefully, then open up some new possible perspectives for you that might make your day to day experience with challenges easier and smoother and actually more meaningful rather than just frustrating. So, one of the things that I've been really noticing lately is that we have quite a difference between what is of interest to us at the soul level and what is of human interest to us. So, generally, human interest is things that are easy and smooth and comfortable and all of that. And at the soul interest, it seems that there are two things we're particularly interested in: experience and expansion. And if you just stop and think about those two things for a moment, you notice that, well, experience includes everything, doesn't it? There are all kinds of experiences. And expansion is something that happens through awakenings in consciousness, through uh, deepening of our experience and our awareness of ourselves and how everything works. And oftentimes, expansion comes through challenge. Now, I don't think that it will necessarily always be that way. I think it's like that right now. It's a paradigm that we've been playing with in the field of duality and polarity here on Earth. But I don't think that it's something that necessarily will have to go on forever. That said, it does seem that there are a lot of people on this particular planet who are still very interested in playing with the field of duality, of right and wrong, and of good and evil, you might say. And so that's going to continue going on in the experience around us for a while until um, either a vast majority, well, I don't know that it has to be a vast, but a tipping point majority opts in for a different way of learning and experiencing. Or perhaps there's just simply a shift of dimension where some beings are no longer in the same playing field with those that are interested in the drama and the conflict. So, a couple of options there. Um, so, one of the other things that occurred to me again about the difference between what is of interest to us at the soul level and at the human level is that at the soul level, pretty much everything in our lives happens with our agreement. And at the human level, it doesn't feel like that at all. As a matter of fact, it doesn't make sense even to our humanity why things are happening as they are. It's completely perplexing and it's in fact irreconcilable. Oftentimes within us, this experience of our human suffering with the awareness of our divine nature. If we are in fact infinite divine beings, why are we having all of this struggle and challenge? Well, if we can come into an awareness that at the soul level these things happen with our agreement, then we find ourselves much more open and receptive to the message, the lesson, and also just the pure experience of what is happening. And it becomes very interesting rather than distressful. And I have found that even with some of the things that have been the most traumatic things in my life or the most physically painful, even in a great state of allowance and flow, those things become not only really interesting, but even pleasurable. There's just not a far difference between pain and pleasure, and I'm not talking in any sort of that pain is pleasure. No, it's more that pain transmutes. Our experience of pain becomes a completely different experience when we are in an awareness that our soul is not against it. So it might be fun for you as you go through the next few days to think about things in your life that you find yourself in resistance to, maybe thinking they shouldn't be happening, or particularly get that thought of this is wrong or this is unfair, those kinds of judgments and responses. If you can allow in your knowing that you're choosing, you're choosing your experience. And when we allow that in our knowing, we realize we're not only 100% responsible and accountable for our lives, but we're also 100% powerful. Now, there may be some content in us that still comes up that is interested in resolving those things within us that still hold us in a different pattern of being in relationship to life. So it's not a problem, or and it's certainly not wrong if things come up that are challenges and we just don't feel that it's okay. That's fine. That's our next bit of information that's showing us where we are ready to allow that experience and that response to soften into love and acceptance and um, and a gentleness for ourselves in our experience. And then also a great respect for our souls, how brave we are that we choose what we choose. So I hope this has given you a little bit of information and awareness to play with. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. Bye for now.